In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, Beverly Hills 90210 fans, stop what you're doing right now because it's time to dive deep into 90 News. All the latest news and rumors coming out of your favorite zip code with your hosts, Pete Ferrero and Melanie Rose. Oh my God, I can't believe what I just heard.
Well, here we are on a Friday edition of 90 News, a special Melanie's birthday edition. So happy birthday. How are you?
Thank you. I am doing great. Had a fun night out last night. I'm going to continue the fun today. Going to go over my friend Dana's for a fun pool day and lunch and going out to dinner with the fam tonight. So it's been great. Been celebrating all week. Went to the beach yesterday and happy to be here reporting some news. And as you said, a little less news, more Melanie. So that's what we're doing today.
Less news, more Melanie. Hey, let's bring on some friends to talk baseball. You know, you do this thing with the Padres, and they've been on a nice little roll. So we're bringing on our buddy Charles Rosen and our buddy Kelly Parker from Toronto. Hello, Kelly. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you guys? Happy birthday, Melanie.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you for joining us today, too. Hi, Charles. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, the way things are going, I would not be coming on to talk to baseball, but it's your birthday, and you look great. You don't look a day over whatever age you are.
Thank you, Charles.
Even younger than that.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Hey, Charles, I want to ask, it's tough to talk about baseball. Like for me, I'm obviously a Mets fan. We've won a bunch. We're in first place, but then there are games where I look at my team and I'm like, I don't understand if this is the same team that I saw last week when we were on that run of wins. And the last week, the Dodgers have just had a slew of nonsense happen to them. What has your nights been like watching baseball at this time?
Sure. Well, the Padres, I knew the Dodgers were in trouble when they were playing the Diamondbacks and they'd score 9 runs. I think, no, you guys aren't that good. Save these runs. Go 4 and 4 and 4 and use them to advantage rather than splurge on a bad pitcher and then go the other way.
The worst team in baseball.
So what we did last night, it didn't take long. The Cubs got a home run in the first inning. This is when the Dodgers got no hit by 2 pitchers. Cubs got a home run in the first inning. They got 2 more runs in the 4th inning. And I don't know what happened after that because we finished binge watching Lupin. We also, when the Padres were winning, we started binge watching Lupin. Binge watching is the best thing ever created for disgruntled fans. Now,
it's so true.
Pete, you guys are all, younger than me, so you have to take my sports watching advice on this. If your team is losing, what the fuck? Don't watch them.
You're right.
Your time is way too valuable than to get, out of shape because your team is losing. And I'm going to tell you one story real quick, and then I'll switch off. But you got to turn on a dime if you're a sports fan. So many years ago, when the Raiders played in Los Angeles. And there's Larry.
Hi, Larry.
Hi, sorry, I had some yard work. We got a party tonight. We got a party
tonight,
tonight,
buddy. You're in darkness. You look like you're going to the.
I know. I'll put my light on. 1 second. I just was prepared. I got caught up in like a guy.
All right. Well, I'm telling a story. So
go ahead, Charles.
Right ahead.
So we got a flashback. It's like 1986, 87. It's when the Los Angeles Raiders were here, and we were all Larry was a Raider fan. I was a Raider. Everybody was a Raider fan. And the Raiders are playing. Oddly enough, this was way before Larry would wear his Patriots shirt. They were playing the Patriots for who was going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. And we were a much better team. There's no doubt about it. We probably were the best team in football that year.
Who was the quarterback?
Somehow the Patriots, who were not so, they were okay. They end up winning.
Right.
And now the game's over, and 85,000 people got to get out of the Coliseum. So we had good seats, and I'm in a tunnel coming out with my neighbor and friend John Baldoni. And as we're going towards the light where there's, you hear these two guys going, Raiders are choke us. Raiders are choke us. And they just keep doing it. And so, now we're getting closer and closer. And so the guy comes up to me.
Right to you.
And before he can open his mouth, I look at him and go, fuck the Celtics. You gotta move on really quick. That's the only secret of when your team isn't happy. Binge watch, move on, catch waves, get high. That's about it.
Sounds like a plan.
A losing team sucks. Larry watches. You probably watch when your teams lose. I can't do it.
I do too. Yeah.
I do too.
Happy birthday, Melanie.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
You're all masochists. You're all masochists, guys.
I can't. Well, I do watch. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
individual skills.
LA fans, you either put up or you shut up. I'm out of here. Yeah,
That's
sorry.
right. Kelly and Larry are both Red Sox
It
fans.
was a terrible, Chuck. We had a terrible loss last night. Last night's loss was terrible.
Painful. 1-0 loss. We had a no-hitter for 7
on a pass ball. A team that had 2 hits against us won.
Who did you guys play?
Tampa Bay. Yeah.
Oh,
good team.
And it was a pass ball. It was a pass ball. That's how the winning run scored in the bottom of the ninth with 2 out.
But that's just a bad
and two strikes.
I'm talking about when it's expected that your team is going to lose.
Oh, you mean like the losing
we
season?
Talked to our friend.
I
on
watched through.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I watch through. I won't watch live. Maybe I'll catch it. Speed through.
And a lot of teams come
like
back.
It depends on the side.
You
The
know?
Red Sox are leading in that. In Major League Baseball, the Red Sox have more come from behind wins than anybody else. So that's why I have to stick to the end.
Yeah, the Padres too. Sometimes like our game starts in the 8th inning, We came back from 7 against the Dodgers earlier this season, which was pretty incredible. But I see your point, Charles. It's discouraging, when your team's losing.
It's crazy though, how baseball is, because you can be the first place team and then look like the last place team very quickly. And against a last place team, we can make a team like the Diamondbacks look really great.
I don't think so.
There was big troubles.
They got troubles. They got
Big
trouble.
trouble.
I think something that is that my fellow Dodger fans are always very surprised, especially my daughter Lindsay, who just can't understand why I kind of like the Giants. I've always thought Buster Posey was one of the best catchers that I've ever seen, probably best hitting catcher. And Brandon Crawford was a star at UCLA, and he's still out there. So, I have liked those guys. I don't like Madison Bumgarner; he's gone. So okay, and I like Petco Park a lot better than San Francisco's. But I kind of like them. So my friends who are big Giant fans came to me and one other guy early in the season, and I'm talking about 10 games. And we're in first place, you're not, and I made a set. I said, I'll make you right now $1,000 bet that by the end of the year we'll be ahead. And they made a joke about it. Boy, do they wish they had taken that bet. Unless Mookie Betts remembers that he's supposed to be one of the best players in baseball, we's in trouble.
We're both 4.5 games back. Padres and Dodgers dead even.
That's not insurmountable, but it's not a game and a half either.
No, it's not.
It's early in the season. In Canada, they must be going crazy today with Montreal being in the Stanley Cup. Finally, Canadian team.
No, not where I am. We do not like the Habs.
Really? Still, I thought maybe all Canada would unite behind them. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Some people are, and in fairness, my brother actually lives in Tampa, and he'd like another $10,000 Stanley Cup ring. So kind of cheering for Tampa.
What do you got there? So Vegas lost. I don't care about hockey
in overtime.
So I like that Vegas has a team. I kind of root for them.
I think it's great. Football is going to be crazy there this year. It's going to be so exciting for Vegas.
Stadium looks amazing.
You want to go to one, Larry?
We had a good time in Vegas, Chuck. You could twist my arm. We had a great time.
Another live wire one for the.
I think Anita go too. She had a ball.
I wanted to say, guys,
we should take a look at that. We got the baseball game in August.
I'm down.
Sure.
Yeah, we're all going to the Dodgers game in August. That's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yep, we're all going. August
Melanie,
8th.
if you come to Los Angeles, I'll get you the 5th ticket. I promise.
Trust me, if our borders open, I'm double vaxxed now. I'm on that plane shot.
August 19th, there'll be a ticket for you.
What's the deal with the borders? It's still closed over there?
Yes, we can. I do believe
for hockey players.
We can kind of fly, but we can't drive. We cannot drive across the borders at this point. I think you can kind of get by with flying, but then you have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. Hey, I wanted to mention this for Charles and Larry. Melanie put this to share this later, but it was Randy James's birthday this past week. And I know that Randy James is Jenny Garth's longtime manager. And I know that you both have had experiences probably through the years working with him. I know Charles definitely has. Anything you want to say about Randy James? Happy birthday, maybe even? Simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, managers come and go, but he doesn't.
It's a long run.
Absolutely. And we've always enjoyed each other. On the phone, I can't remember, and maybe maybe there was once a function, maybe Jenny's first wedding, that we both shook our hands and met, but I don't really remember hanging out with Randy, but I sure always liked him, and I hope the feeling's mutual. I think it is.
Definitely. Larry, any memories of
just talking to him on the phone? He was always very pleasant, very accessible, and like he was a small time manager. He wasn't like a Nick Stevens or something like that. I'm
going to say this real quick story. I don't know if it will make it, but when we were doing the Super Show, Randy James really came in full support of having Jenny and Tori both come on the Super Show. It was questionable for a minute, but it was Randy James who made all that happen. So many thanks to you, Randy. Hey, Larry, we had a great time talking to Dan Gossier this past week and Julie Nathanson. Did you enjoy doing Straight Shooter this week?
Oh yeah, and also Chip Chalmers. I sent your best to Chip Chuck, and he was great. He was very thoughtful, and he's a very gentle guy. And Dan was on, and also Julie, and it was lovely to see Dan. He looked like something out of Ted Kaczynski's handbook for the Unabomber. But be that as it may, he teaches acting, and it was good to hear his take on stuff, and also Julie. Julie Nathanson, who was not quite a cousin of Jessica's. I thought she was like a cousin, but she was kind of like a Landsman cousin. Like
an adjacent,
really. An adjacent cousin.
Yeah.
He
was great. I thought that only happened in between the Crips and the Bloods that you were somebody's cousin. But it was nice. I thought it was a good show. We got a deep dive into the acting process again, and. I was pretty happy with it, and also we could talk about the award-winning show, which I was not invited to the awards this ceremony. So the Prism Award, that's the one that you win for the best ones that have to do with drug abuse?
Yeah, and I guess because I have so much drug abuse, maybe they didn't invite me for that reason.
Too much experience.
They wouldn't have known that. They wouldn't have known that.
Only we knew.
When you look at the show again, Ian does a fabulous job in it, and it's really a good Ian episode. And I guess it does really say something. It's a cautionary tale. It's just like River Phoenix, Chuck. It's a guy who ODs at a club. It's a River Phoenix story.
A
guy at the top of his game. Guy's supposed to be going to Stanford, kind of like the Len Bias thing. Like everything, he's bulletproof, and then he, tries heroin once and he dies. Which is, kind of what happens.
Especially if you go on 90210. If you try heroin, you are not getting out.
It's not happening. No. There's some good stuff.
But it used to be called. You know why it was confusing? The Prism. I thought it was the social workers because it used to be called the Scott Newman Award, and when we won it, it was the Scott Newman Award. This whole organization was started back in the day by Paul Newman, who, besides everything else he did, he was for those of you who are a little younger, he was actually a great actor before he made salad dressing. Yeah. And he also made a lot, and he was very philanthropic. And when he lost his son to drugs overdose, he founded this organization. And we had done other stories about drugs over the years that we submitted, but it wasn't until we broke through with the one about diet pills that Jenny did so well. Perfectly Perfect, I think it was called. that we got one. So I didn't know there was one. Kept up the tradition, but this is a good story. And I wonder, they still give this away? Are they still
I don't know if it's a
existence?
thing anymore. Yeah.
I don't know either.
Anyway, this week coming up, we are off this week. We are not doing a live show, but we are going to present a couple pre-records. We have a couple of ones from the Patreon that we're going to bring out. One that we did with Amy Spees and Noel Parker. It was a season 1 episode. Am I getting that right?
Absolutely. It was our second episode. It was called Every Dream Has Its Price Tag.
Mhm.
And it was one of those episodes that we made and we discuss a lot. It was a hard one for production. I had to step in and be a tyrant at one point. We would get, our ratings weren't good. Everything about it, and it was like, the network wasn't really happy with what we were doing, and so I never gave this episode the respect it deserves. It's it's one worth watching, actually. I'm sorry you can't watch it with the original music, because the original music is great. But it was really, what we deal with and what Amy wrote was really, really fine. And I think it was her best episode of the ones we did together, for sure.
And then I'm also going to release a season 9 one that we pre-recorded with the writers of that one, and that's just about when Dylan comes back. So we have that. We're going to release both of these on Wednesday, and we're also trying to do new content. We're going to try to record an interview this week with Gary Scott. I got his name right?
Gary David Scott.
Gary David Scott, who was the composer of 90210, and so we'll get some insight in composing the score of 90210. Then we're back live on July 7th. Where I can announce that we're going to cover Castles in the Sand, and we have Brooke. So the actress that played Brooke will be with us as well. So that should be pretty exciting stuff.
Yay.
And as far as the rest of the month, we got some cool stuff planned and lined up, and that's that. But Charles and Larry, anything else you want to add about what's going on in your worlds, this world? Larry, what's going on?
Just excited for Melanie's birthday. I hope she's going to have a great one. She's 41, apparently.
41,
Such a young lady.
That's a great age.
A great age.
Hard to believe it.
Many decades of.
You thought 25 was good. No.
That's a decade
Height
yet.
of your powers. Height of your powers.
Yeah,
just remember to be kind to people. And no, everything's good. We got a big party at my house tonight, so we're just getting ready for that.
What's the party? What's going on?
Oh, Dee decided to have a party for my brother, of all things. I think because she has a friend staying. He's here. He's got a rental here, and he's actually here for a couple of weeks. So we're gonna be having lobster rolls and pizza. And Kate Taylor and Fred will bring guitars. There'll be other guitars, and it'll be pretty fun.
You do celebrating the music of Fred Mullen, and then just play the 90210 season 7 soundtrack.
Sure. Yeah, they'll do some stuff. But Kate Taylor is a friend of ours. She'll bring her guitar. That's James's little sister, and there'll be some other musicians too. So yeah, it'll be a fun night.
The Ashes coming?
Yep, the Ashes are coming.
Fosters?
Fosters, no. No, I basically invited friends of Fred's, basically. So
nice.
There's an odd bunch of people.
Hey, make sure you post some pictures from this party.
What part of the island is he staying on? Where's he staying?
Fred's right by me, just a couple blocks away.
Oh, nice.
That's great. And his girlfriend's coming, Karen Richmond.
Say hi to both of them.
Start his Gidget, the last Gidget. Yeah, everyone's got to be having fun. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. Summer's really hot here today.
You wouldn't believe this, but a song that applies to Larry every once in a while, right out of Fiddler on the Roof, Matchmaker, Matchmaker. And in this instance, it's true.
Like that song.
Oh,
I won't sing it, though. So.
When are you going to Hawaii?
Okay, I will. No.
Oh, believe me. All right.
When are you going to Hawaii, Melanie?
Not until the end of July, so we've still got a ways to go. But actually, they just announced, I believe, that you no longer need COVID tests to go there after July 9th. So I'm happy that we won't have to be tested before the trip. So one less thing to do.
Charles, anything? I know you've got a lot going on with this. What's going on in Venice Beach?
It's good stuff. It's fantastic. You've been following that. We have a war going on between the sheriff and our council person. It's really fantastic. It's really fun.
We got a new sheriff in town. It was very fun. People are telling certain stories, and one of them, the guy who owns the skate and surfboard brand out of Venice, not just the shop, had a horrific experience to one of his his employees, a security guard that was lucky to be alive at the end of the day. And if it wasn't for other employees stepping in, the perp would have never been caught. And here he is, and he gets. I've heard him tell his story now. His name's Bob Carlson, and I've heard him tell his story now twice. And he got very emotional. But the second time, when he finished telling the story, he looked over to the sheriff and he said, "And you know, Sheriff, for someone like me, a former skater who has had run-ins with the sheriff department, for me to be saying all these wonderful things about you and the department really is saying something." And I would say this too, if people in LA know and are probably, how can you criminalize homelessness, whatever, which he's not doing. But I too, being a native here of LA, remember the sheriff's department as the scariest motherfuckers in the whole county. If you were a teenager with any a thing that smelled remotely like marijuana, you were in trouble if you got the sheriff's department. LAPD, Beverly Hills, you could talk out of, and Beverly Hills PD would actually escort you home. But as I think I've told you, so for me too, it's to see these guys talk and interact. They call them the host department. It's the people who are geared for this. They are really great. It's when you talk about, boy, we should, reallocate funds for law enforcement and really get them to be much more having these kind of sensitivity trainings, whatever. From what I could tell on Venice Beach, whatever they're doing is working.
Well, listen, guys, I mean, I'm looking forward. We'll have the week off, but I'm really looking forward to getting back with the live show and all that stuff. I hope you guys have a really good week. And
thank you.
We'll
and
see
happy birthday, Melanie. And great to see you, Kelly.
And you guys
all the
have a
news
good
is fit
weekend.
and lit. Love everybody. See you all. Have a good
See you guys. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Check my Pete. Bye.
All right. So that was a lot of fun. Okay. So
Action packed.
yes, a lot of things
So
happening.
much about Venice Beach politics.
I know, right?
Pretty amazing stuff. Let's see what this is. Hold on. Okay.
We've got a few news items today. Kept the news kind of light, It's okay.
Happy birthday, Melanie. It's Kristen, your friend up north. I just want to say it's been awesome connecting with you this past year over our love of the greatest show on the planet, 90210, and our mutual love for Zach Morris. I love the group chat that we have with Sherry and Kelly. You guys are definitely my pop culture soulmates. Anyways, I just wanted to come on and say hi. And I also want to say have a great day with your friends and family. And I can't wait till we get to meet in person. Have a great day. Bye.
There you go.
Oh, I love Kristen. That's so sweet. That's so nice. Oh, thanks, Kristen. I love you too. I mean, I love everybody who I've met, through 90210 and the podcast. Kelly, Sherry, Kristen, everybody. I mean, there's a whole community. It's amazing.
True. Great.
Yeah.
People.
Yes.
Well, what is this text message thread that's being talked about there? What is that about?
We have a little group chat where, we talk 90210 and Cruel Summer and all the TV shows and stuff we're watching. So, we keep each other in the loop with all of the happenings of, pop culture stuff.
Hang on. One more thing, Melanie.
I wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. And I guess I should also be thanking Pete, because if it wasn't for him, you and I would have never crossed paths. I've had so much fun connecting with you over these last few months with you, Kelly, and Kristen, just talking every day, not just about our favorite show, but our lives, has made such a difference in my life. And I'm so grateful for your friendship. I'm grateful for teaming up on trivia events together and just talking to you all the time. I know my life is richer for it, and I hope yours is too. And I hope you have a wonderful birthday.
Aw, Sherry is so sweet. That's so nice. Oh, I feel so loved. I love birthdays. I love that Facebook tells everyone it's your birthday and then you get all the messages. It feels good. I love birthdays.
Well, I'm going to encourage all the people listening or watching 90 News right now to make sure you reach out to Media Melanie on Instagram and wish her a happy birthday or shout her out somewhere. She totally deserves it. You do a lot of really great work here. And I said in my post today, I'm so grateful that 90210 brought us together, and just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Okay, we're going to say goodbye to Kelly and pick up some news items. Yes?
Yes.
Bye,
hey,
guys.
Kelly, thank you for joining us. And thank you
for having me, guys. Great to see you too, Pete.
All right, you too, Kelly.
All right,
Okay.
we'll talk soon. Bye.
All right.
Oh,
So,
sweet girls. I love them.
speaking of sweet girls, Kathleen Robertson made a very beautiful post about her dad. And you shared this as a news item. You can see that Pete loved this, by the way.
Yep, you like all of the posts that we share usually. So way to go.
Especially
And I
Kathleen.
liked that segue too. You know, the sweet girl, That was pro
I have
segue.
to tell you, in truth, that in my life, I've met a handful of, like, I call them the nicest people I've ever met. Kathleen Robertson has crawled herself to the number one on that list. I mean, she is really just so sweet and nice and just thoughtful. And I just can't say enough about what an incredible human being and person she is. So shout out to Kathleen. Beautiful story there about her dad, who seems like an awesome man, and very cool stuff. So I'm sorry, did I take over the whole show to talk about Kathleen?
No, I mean, and
Once
also
again?
we're used to that, so it's no big deal. It's like your Pete 5-minute TED talk about Kathleen. So
I should do one. I should do one on the Patreon. All of Kathleen Robertson's greatest Claire Arnold moments. Yes. All right.
I'm surprised you haven't done that yet.
It will happen, but it would be great to have her with me and do that together, right?
Yes, absolutely.
It might turn into like that Chris Farley skit with Paul McCartney. Have you ever seen that?
No,
Dating
I have
myself.
not.
Yes, it's very funny.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Oh.
Ooh, yes, Brian Austin Green. He's going to be a presenter at the American Reality Television Awards. So we'll keep you posted on the date for that. Always great to see our people doing stuff. So yay.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of reality things going on. I mean, they're not the typical reality things, you know what I mean? Like, that's competition reality, which is
a little different than
some of the other reality things we've seen in the past.
Yep.
Speaking of,
oh, that's cute. So, Tori with Jeff Lewis from the Serious Podcast and Josh Flagg. I actually love Josh Flagg. I'm a huge fan of $1 Million Listing, LA, New York, big fan. So, of course, I saw this, and she had done a live with him the other day this weekend. So, yeah, it's cool to see, some of our favorite reality stars interacting. Obviously, they're friends. So
yeah, it's cool. Tori's always doing a lot of things, morning shows, and she's got a show coming out, right? Didn't we talk about that last week?
Yes. Yep, she does. She's got the BET, and she had something else too, right?
Like the MTV thing.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The messiness.
Yeah.
God, she's so busy. She's got the BET she did. The messiness is coming out. That's an MTV show, of course. So we'll let you know when that is slated to start.
Yes. Okay. Speaking of nice people, Ian Ziering.
Yep. Father's Day. That was a cute post, him and his girls. So yeah, I see Jen Prasad commented there. Very nice. One of the friends of the show. But it was cool. All of our cast, some of them posted Father's Day photos to celebrate their kids and dads. So this was one of them.
Yes, and hey, Ian, we'd really love to cover Legacy Key with you. So let's rock that out at some point. All right, man.
Yeah,
love to you on Father's Day. Kids look great. Everything looks awesome. What are we doing? We got to do this now. Okay. All right, and then Lindsay Price is away, right?
Yes, it looks like she's in Hawaii. She had posted a few photos from Hawaii, and of course that resonates with me since I will be taking a nice vacation there later next month. Can't wait. Looks beautiful, and it's fun to see her enjoying her summer vacation. I know her kids are there. I saw one of her kids there, so
she's away having fun. Yes, Lindsay and I have recorded something, so hopefully we'll get that out soon. All right. Is there anything else that is going on, Melanie?
I'm still working on the registration for the Summer 90s Hunt. More information on that soon. It's going to be in August, so stay tuned for more on that. Other than that, I'm going to be working the Padres all weekend, hopefully spinning our swag chain. We'll keep on winning. And just, looking forward to a good weekend and no more news items to report.
Well, I wish you again a very happy birthday, Melanie. We could not do this without you. You've become such a significant person in my life. You're on that top 5.
Thank you. I mean, I'm not at the Kathleen level, but that's okay. I understand. I'll take top 5. That's fine.
You're in there, and depending on your mood in the week, you fluctuate. I'm just totally kidding. No, you're always amazing, and I'm just so grateful for everything that you've done for this show, and just for me personally too. You're a great friend, and I'm very thankful for you. So
thank you, and the feeling's mutual. It's really been great to connect with you and everybody, and become a part of the podcast. And hey, when's your birthday, Pete?
August 16th. Yeah.
16th. Ooh, so it's coming up. Good. I cannot wait for the Pete edition of 90 News. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it should be a blast. All right, cool. Melanie, this is it. This was 90 News. I've got some editing to do on this now.
Yes. And since this is a week we wouldn't normally be on, we did the special edition birthday thing. We're off next week for 90 News, but we'll be back the following Friday. So we can't wait to see you.
All right. So, and then on that note,
9021 out.